There's a rule everyone learns growing up in small towns, even if no one ever says it out loud. When you're driving late at night and you pass a house in the middle of nowhere with its lights on, you don't stop. I broke that rule last winter. I was coming home from a job site 2 hours north of the city. Snow had been falling all evening, not heavy enough to be dangerous, but steady enough to dull the world into something quiet and hollow. The highway was empty in both directions. No headlights, no taillights, just my beams cutting a tunnel through the dark. The radio had been nothing but static for miles. I noticed the house because it was the only thing that wasn't dark. It sat back from the road at the end of a long, unplowed driveway, its windows glowing warm yellow against the snow. Porch light on, living room light on. Even an upstairs bedroom lit, like someone was awake and moving around. Out there, surrounded by frozen fields and bare fence posts, it looked wrong. Not abandoned, expectant. I told myself it was nothing, probably a farmer working late, probably someone snowed in and keeping the lights on for comfort. Then my truck coughed. Just once at first, a stutter in the engine, followed by a flicker on the dash. I eased off the gas, heart sinking as the engine sputtered again, then died entirely. I coasted to a stop on the shoulder, hazards clicking uselessly into the empty night. No cell service. I tried the ignition again. Nothing. I sat there for a long moment, breath fogging the windshield, listening to the ticking of cooling metal. The silence outside felt thick, like sound didn't travel properly anymore. The house lights didn't flicker. They didn't dim. They just stayed on, steady and patient. I grabbed my jacket and stepped out into the cold. The air smelled clean, almost sterile, the way it does after a fresh snowfall. My boots crunched loudly, the sound echoing farther than it should have. I glanced up and down the highway, still empty. The driveway to the house looked recently driven on. Tire tracks pressed into the snow, not filled in by drift. Someone had been there, maybe still was. I hesitated at the edge of the road. Every instinct told me to stay with the truck, wait for morning, walk the highway if I had to. But the cold was biting, and the house looked so close, warm, safe. I started up the driveway. With every step, the feeling grew stronger, like I was walking into a place I wasn't meant to remember. The crunch of snow underfoot seemed muted now, swallowed by the quiet. The lights in the windows didn't reveal much, just blurred shapes and shadows. When I reached the porch, I noticed something strange. There were no footprints. Not mine. I could see those clearly behind me, but none leading to or from the front door. No paths from the driveway. No tracks around the house at all. I told myself the wind must have covered them. I knocked anyway. The sound was too loud, sharp against the stillness. I waited, hands stuffed into my pockets, breath coming fast. No answer. I knocked again. This time, I heard movement inside. Slow footsteps, deliberate, coming toward the door. Relief washed over me. The door opened without a word. A man stood there, late middle-aged, thin, wearing a sweater that looked too light for the cold. His eyes were dark, unfocused, like he was looking through me instead of at me. "Yes?" he said. His voice was calm, polite, too calm. "My truck broke down," I said. "I was hoping I could use your phone." He smiled, just barely. "Of course," he said. "Come in, it's cold." The warmth hit me immediately, almost overwhelming after the bite of the night. The house smelled faintly of dust and old wood. No cooking smells, no perfume, no sign of recent life beyond the lights. The living room was neat but oddly sparse. Furniture arranged carefully, as if for display rather than use. No photos, no personal items. Just a clock on the wall, ticking loudly. It read 11:47 p.m. "I'll get the phone," the man said, turning down a hallway. "Make yourself comfortable." I sat on the edge of the couch, suddenly aware of how quiet it was. No TV, no hum of appliances. Even the clock seemed too loud in the space. I glanced toward the hallway and froze. There were more lights on down there. Every room, door cracked just enough to let light spill into the hall. Bedroom, bathroom, another bedroom, all lit. But no sounds came from them. No breathing, no movement. I stood up slowly. "Sir?" I called. No answer. The ticking of the clock stopped. The silence that replaced it felt wrong, like pressure building in my ears. I took a step toward the hallway, then another. As I passed the first door, I glanced inside. The room was empty. Not unfurnished. Empty. No bed, no dresser, no outlets. Just bare walls and a light hanging from the ceiling buzzing faintly. The next room was the same. And the next. Panic crept up my spine as I reached the end of the hallway, where the man stood waiting beside a doorway I hadn't noticed before. "This way," he said gently. "What is this place?" I asked. His smile widened, just enough to show teeth. "A house," he said. "Same as yours, same as everyone's." I looked past him into the room. It was a perfect copy of my living room back home. Same couch, same coffee table, same framed photo on the wall. Me standing beside my truck, smiling. Except I didn't remember anyone taking that picture. I backed away, heart hammering. "I need to leave," I said. "Soon," he replied. "Everyone does." The lights flickered. For a split second, I saw movement in the empty rooms. Shapes where people should be, standing, watching, waiting. I ran. I don't remember how I got out the door. I don't remember crossing the driveway. I just remember gasping cold air as I stumbled back onto the highway. My truck's headlights were on. The engine was running. I didn't question it. I jumped in and drove. I didn't look in the mirrors. I didn't slow down. When I finally reached town, I pulled into a gas station and sat there shaking until dawn. Later that day, curiosity got the better of me. I went back. The driveway was gone. No house, no tracks, just open field. Snow untouched as far as I could see. I told myself it had to be exhaustion, cold, stress. Until last night. I was driving the same highway again. Same hour, same silence. And far ahead, in the distance, I saw it. The last house with its lights on. And this time, I swear, one of the windows went dark, as if something inside had stood up and blocked the light.